Update: BF faked death and called my reaction manipulative. Long story short, I broke up with him for the following reasons: drunk driving, endangering himself and others, took his mother's phone and made me think it was her, deception, telling me he was dead, deception, extreme emotional stress, letting me think that for hours. I could list every negative trait for that one. Borderline sociopathic behavior, not being sorry for any of these things. Twat, telling me I'm too sensitive. Invalidation, shifting blame, being mad at me for relapsing. Unsupportive, uncaring, unkind. I still won't blame him for the relapse, though as many people here wanted me to. That is on me, and I am still going to therapy regularly for that. Sue for those interested. I took a few days to myself. I did speak over the phone to his mom, and she was incredibly apologetic on his behalf. I taught her how to put a passcode on her phone. After that we met up and I outlined the things I listed above. He seemed apologetic and sincere about all of them and listened to me well. Unfortunately, he didn't quite understand that being apologetic wouldn't get me to change my mind on ending the relationship, so his true colors came out at the end. He got annoyed at me for ending it and again told me I was dramatic and other invalidating arguments. Oh well. I said what I needed to say, and that's enough closure for me. Told me I was dramatic. The guy who faked his own death calls you dramatic. You couldn't hold a candle to this guy in the drama stakes. You made the right choice to dump him. Well, I am glad you didn't buy the fake I am sorry act. It's so often used by really manipulative people to convince you they have changed, and I am glad you saw right through that BS. Good on you. Life is too short wasting time in relationships like this. Best line ever. Not being sorry for any of these things. Twat. Quote. Walk away. He will always be a twatwaffle. He sounds like a psychopath? I'm sorry you've had to deal with all this. It's incredibly abusive, and I'm glad you've decided to break up with him. My oldest friend. We met when we were 14 and we are going into our 40s now. He faked his death to get back at me. He is an untreated schizophrenic with frequent bouts of paranoia, and over the years, I could recognize the cycles and signs and adjust accordingly. I've been verbally attacked many times and tempted into fights that I refused to participate in. We've always come through the other side though. You know, I never thought he would fake his death. There's no way he would ever take his antics that far, but that is exactly what he did. His aunt messaged me while I was on vacation from his phone, stating that he was found mauled to death by a bear. Long story short, 6 months went by and the story wasn't adding up. There was so many questions that didn't have answers. Timelines that weren't adding up. This aunt that I had never heard of. I'm an ecologist who works in national parks here and there, and I kept abreast of bear attacks. None for him. No obituary shared by friends or family. You see where I'm going with this. He was estranged from his family for his refusal to get medicated, and I truly believed that they had him killed, or that he was killed by someone and they were trying to hide it. I became investigative and paranoid and distraught. I took a hiatus from university in my senior year. Went to therapy. Quit my job because I was so depressed and angry that this injustice took place, and his family didn't seem to care at all about his disappearance. 1 year went back. Then 1.5 years. I was beginning to recover myself when I get a text from his old phone number. I call it immediately because I thought someone was playing a cruel joke, and he answered. I'm trying to keep this short, so I'll skip what transpired mostly. But a key part was that he claimed to be the victim. asking me if I learned my lesson for not answering his phone calls while I was on vacation. Gaslighting me into believing all of his issues were my fault because I never dated him, even though all the codes in the universe told him that we were soulmates. All that progress I did in that year and a half disappeared within that 10-minute call. It really screwed me up. I sympathize. I empathize. I'm sorry that you had to experience that. Cut the toxicity out of your life. Be strong for yourself. Move on. I lost my oldest friend that day. But truly, he wasn't a friend at all. What a gift he gave you. Now, you don't waste another second of your precious life on such an awful, self-centered tumor of a person. Wow, he really does sound like a psychopath. I'm glad you got out. He sounds like some sort of sociopath. That's not a word I use lightly. You are well rid of him. But be aware that he's almost certainly the type to stalk you, harass you, or otherwise continue to try to mess with you. Keep yourself safe. You never know what someone like this will do out of a misplaced sense of revenge or just to fuck with you because they feel it. Any one of those bullets is enough to end this relationship. You ducked a bunch of bullets. You're dramatic? He faked his own death. At least you got your closure. Block him and move on with your life. You wasted enough time on that guy. His name isn't Eric, is it? Lol, my ex did this shit to me. I honestly feel like you will be better off without him. I wish you luck on your journey towards recovery. Wow. This guy really stamped almost all the fuck off boyfriend boxes. You were 1, bad hygiene, and 1, cheated, away from a full house. Good luck and hope you enjoy yourself. Good on you for being strong and not getting sucked back in. I hope you were basking in the mental relief of him no longer being your problem. What an asshat. Good riddance. I remember this. I'm glad you didn't stick around. So he wasn't sorry at all. He only apologized cause he thought he'd be taken back. Showed his true color. When you didn't. You dodged a bullet, no a cannonball. Where is the original post? Well handled. Confidently dodging bullets.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.